Cheeseburger.
All right, see if anyone joins us tonight. If you're watching this after the fact, I'm just going to give a couple seconds for people to come on. Hopefully someone joins us like last time. Pulling up my comment feed here also, which I forgot to do. Leave a comment if you can hear what's going on. I just want to make sure that everything's working properly. Hello, Ant Gaming. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay, awesome. Does it sound good, or is there any background noise? We're in a different place tonight. There's some fans going. I just want to make sure you can hear okay. What's up, Camden? Good to see you, my friend. Bear with me. I'm just bringing up my live stream tools here. Hey, Callie, how are you? Elizabeth's in the house tonight, so that's good. You're in there.
I can't see myself.
You want to?
Yeah.
Might be the best you could do. Trade seats?
No.
Okay. All right. Just give it one more minute, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I have a few things I want to talk about, and then you guys can ask. Oh, you can ask questions too. So feel free to ask any questions you want to. I'm almost ready here. Okay. Here we go. Camden, you love watching the videos. That's awesome, man. I'm really happy about that. Where do you live, my friend? Kelly, are you Evan and Tyler's mom? Is it the same Kelly Hayes? All right. As questions come in, and as hopefully some more people will connect to it, we'll see what happens. But just want to talk about a couple different things tonight. I don't know how long we'll be on here. We're actually on vacation, so we're in Mckean, Maryland, Deep Creek Lake. So excited to be here for the week. So the different the videos and those kinds of things won't be the same as they are on a normal week, but that's okay. I'm just taking some rest and relaxation and a lot of family time, and I need that. I think Elizabeth needs that also. The kids probably are looking forward to it also, just because with summer serve and those kinds of things, and just the way this summer has been in general, it's just been a really crazy time in life, and so it's just good to get away and relax a little bit. And but it's been a good summer, productive summer as far as summer serve goes, and so I'm just really excited to talk about that tonight. Also want to talk about just Elizabeth and I, just anything that you want to know about the two of us. You're more than welcome to ask questions, and we'll answer as we can. And then I want to talk about 500 subscribers. I'm not quite there yet. I'm at 498 at the last count, and so certainly two of you have like a friend that you could just call and just make them subscribe, and then we can just, you know, do a little celebration dance here. Or Elizabeth will do a dance, right? No? Okay. Maybe just me.
Maybe.
Anything you want to say?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So, so Camden, you live by Living Water Church. That's awesome. When are you going to come over and see us? We meet at 10 o'clock Sunday mornings. You should come sometime. There's not as many people tonight, I don't see. So hopefully some people get notifications and come on in. You know, I should do real quick is go on Facebook. Bear with me, you guys, tonight. Okay, there's a couple more people filtering in. Guys, if you're in here, just say hi in the comments and leave a like on this. And Bullet 316. Yes, Andy and Andy's wife. My wife's name's Elizabeth, by the way. You've seen her maybe in a couple videos, but not too many. I'm just going to go live on Facebook just real quick and just invite people over to this live stream. But anyways, leave your questions about Summer of Serve. A couple things that I want to talk about are, the future of Summer of Serve. And so if you have any ideas that you want to talk about for Summer of Serve, I'm looking for just more ideas. I have a couple, but we're trying to make it bigger and better for next year. I'm trying to involve some more churches. So if you guys know of any leaders at other churches that you think might be interested, or just people that you know from other churches that you think might be interested in helping out with Summer of Serve, we really want to make it bigger and better and do even more than we did this year. And so looking to do that in the near future. All right. Technical difficulties, guys. Maybe. Hey, Facebook, Kittanning, greatest city in the world. We are live on YouTube, and so if you if you're a subscriber on the YouTube channel, just head on over to the YouTube channel and join us there. We're going to be live for maybe half an hour. We'll see how long that we go tonight, but my wife's here tonight, so any kind of questions that you have for her, just be happy to have you over here. We're going to talk about Summer of Serve, us, and 500 subscribers hopefully tonight also. So come on over to the YouTube live stream, and we'll be talking for just a little bit. All right, see you soon. Okay, so with that, I guess we'll just get right into it. Kevin. Kevin says, hi, Andrew and the sister wife. So, yeah, I call her my sister, my bride from the Bible, so, and she really likes that, right?
I love it so much.
Thanks for remembering that,
I know
Kevin.
it's in the Bible. It just sounds very weird.
Kevin was at our house cutting apples the other night, so appreciate you, Kevin. Appreciate all that you've been doing for the church this year. Summer of Serve, all that stuff's awesome. And Kelly, are we leaving for vacation? We're actually on vacation. We are already here. So we are in Mckean, Maryland. We're at Deep Creek Lake for the next, 5 or 6 days probably. But we're just going to be here resting and relaxing. But figured I'd still jump on here live tonight. I'm trying to make this a thing, Sunday nights at 9, so just mark your calendars from here forward, and should be here consistently, myself consistently at least, and Elizabeth when she can. This is not our house, no, this is like, my aunt and uncle actually own a lake cabin down here, so this is their cabin, and we get to stay here, and it's just really great. Yes, the kids are with us. They are in bed, luckily. Hopefully they're going to sleep through the night. That's always interesting when you're in a weird place.
Yeah.
We've had some good experiences with that, and some not so good experiences with that.
Yeah, let's hope it's a good night.
Yeah.
Because we all need sleep.
Yeah, we all need rest, so that's what we're hoping to get out of these next 5-6 days. Kevin, is the cabin in the woods? The cabin is kind of in the woods. Deep Creek and Maryland is an interesting state. They have a lot of regulation like Pennsylvania. Their lakes are actually regulated so that you cannot build a house near the lake shore. And when you own a house on the lake, you actually don't own the lake frontage property. So there's like a 150-foot frontage. So even though there's houses all around Deep Creek Lake, if you're driving on a boat, you really can't see any of the cabins unless you're up real close and you look, because everything is still fully wooded near the water. So it's really interesting. So we're kind of in the woods. There's bears, there's raccoons, all those kinds of things. But yeah, it's really nice. Hey, Brooke, what's up? We're at your cabin. How cool is that? I saw you were at Hershey Park. I was hoping to see you today, but you're too busy for us.
Yeah.
So it's a cabin in the woods near Camp Yes, chocolates. Yeah. It's fantastic.
We miss you, Brooke, by the way. Can't wait to see you again.
Yeah. You look awesome. Thank you, Kevin. We do. She makes me look good, so that's always awesome. That's why I married her.
Nothing makes this look good. Just kidding. Just joking.
Bullet, I missed your question. What did it say? Do you listen to Eminem as adults? Not with the kids. Yeah, definitely not with the kids. I actually used to listen to Eminem before I became a Christian. I was a big Eminem fan. So if you go back to like the real Slim Shady, like the beginning stuff, I really used to enjoy that. Now when I go back and listen to it, it kind of is like questionable lyric wise. So that's pretty difficult for me. But I used to be a huge Eminem fan, and these days not so much. But that's where we're at. Jesus and Eminem are kind of like not real mixed together for me.
I never listened to Eminem, so
You weren't into the real Slim Shady?
not really.
Wow, that's shocking.
I like M&Ms, but I didn't never listened to Eminem.
Peanut butter M&Ms, we're all about that as a family still. Still to this day. Jesus mixes with that for sure. All right, so we got a few people on here. I think we can at least have a conversation. So first off, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I'm at 498 subscribers. So 2 of you have a family member or a friend sitting nearby. You have a phone that you can steal. Like, you could just go on there and like hit the subscribe button on their phone. That would be super cool. So I can get to 500 tonight. That would just be awesome. So make sure to do that. If you have any questions for the 2 of us, crazy questions, whatever you got, that's fine. And then Summer of Serve, I do want to talk about just the future of Summer of Serve. Hopefully you saw yesterday's video. We had our like celebration for the final Summer of Serve project, which is always a good time. And then moving into the future, we just want to know, like, what other projects do you see in town that you think we could take on as a group of not professional individuals? I'm really interested in your thoughts on that information. You know, what other issues do you see around town? What other, like, streets do you see that are bad, or buildings do you see that are bad that we could maybe approach the landlords or approach the owners and see if we can just try to adopt a couple more properties and really make Kittanning a more beautiful place to be? So I want to talk about all of those things. I'll tell you about a couple of my ideas, and we'll go from there. But Michelle only eats the blue M&Ms. She is kind of crazy. That's really weird. Why do you only eat the blue ones? I've heard of not eating the red ones because the food coloring can make you a little crazy. We've actually experienced that a little bit with the kids and with Elizabeth, that she gets kind of sick when she eats them. But do you know? I have no idea what that means, Bullet 316. But anyway, so you can keep asking questions. I'll take breaks in between and we'll answer questions. We'll go from there. So Summer of Serve, I really want to talk about, and we'll go from there. What I think we could do for next year, and what I want to do, is not only do the yards. When we do the yards, it's kind of like, it's super important, because I think if no one's doing the yards, we have to cut them down, just so that if the house is for sale or something like that, I think it's much more likely to sell, and it makes the neighbors' properties not go down in value if we're cutting the yards and at least knocking the grass to the ground. And what I was thinking about for next year is Habitat just got another semi-truckload of paint. And so I was thinking if we adopted a bunch of different houses and we painted porches and painted the fronts of houses and just painted different things, we could go through and we might be able to do 50 porches around Kittanning through the summer and try to take some of the ugliest facades of the houses and just make them nicer. I don't know. Elizabeth, you're actually hearing that for the first time too. So I don't know. Is that crazy, or do you think that we could do that?
I think you're crazy, but no, I don't think that idea is crazy. No, I mean, I think it's possible. Just being, try to get more and more people and churches involved too would be great.
Yeah, because I think what I'd like to do is, even if we didn't have to do 12 projects as Living Water Church, and if other churches would sponsor a project and then we could just have 12 projects as a community and just make them bigger and better, I think that would be awesome. So I don't know, what do you guys think of that idea, or what else do you see out there that you think is an issue in the city? We paint the town red. Yeah, more white than red, probably. Our joke with Habitat always is, we'll come and paint your house whatever color you want as long as it's white, because all the paint that we get is white paint. But the nice thing is that Sherwin-Williams in town, they will actually tint the paint for free, so we can do that anytime. So we can get any shade of white that anybody wants, or anything on the white spectrum. We can't do anything super dark, but yeah, we can do a lot of different things, grays and greens and those kinds of things. The reason that I say that the painting would make a big difference is because we did that porch in Ford City, and so you could go back and watch that. That was maybe 3 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. I think it was 3 weeks ago. We did the porch in Ford City, and that turned out so nice. It completely transformed the front of that house, just painting that handicap ramp. I think it was really awesome. So I just really think we could make a big difference doing that. And when you paint something, it lasts for 5 or 10 years. Whereas when you cut a yard, depending on the rain, it might last for a week. Or at the very, if it doesn't rain at all, it might last for a month. So I just, that's really, I just think we could make a more lasting impact if we were doing more things like that in conjunction with habitat. Anyway, what do you want to say?
No, I think it's just once you just change even one house for the better, you just kind of get that idea in people's head that, hey, we can do something too, even if it is little painting or something, and then you can just better the neighborhood. I mean, it's just...
I think that's been a really powerful part of it is... Sorry, my phone's going crazy here. I'm not sure what just happened. Anyway, so yeah, we've seen that happen before with Habitat doing Rock the Block. One house fixes up their porch. If we fix up theirs, then all of a sudden, like the neighbor who has a bad porch that maybe they've been holding off for a long time, you see in the next couple of weeks, all of a sudden they're spurred to do something. And I don't know if it's like a keeping up with the Joneses thing or if they just, but it spurs activity. Whenever you're out and you make something more beautiful, then the neighbors start to make their houses more beautiful too. And so this is really, really impactful over time. And I don't know about you, but I mean, do you guys think that Wick City, I think it's a better place than it was 5 years ago. When we were first driving through there, I don't know if you remember when we were first looking at the church, I just think it's gotten a lot better than it was. We've seen, especially like I'm looking at Woodward Avenue down by the Big Church of God. That street is completely different than it was 5 years ago. That was one of the worst streets in Kittanning, and now when I drive down it, it actually looks really nice all the time. You're the queen, evidently. Yeah, she is. I mean, she's my queen for sure. Queen of the house, probably too. Although Abby tries to take that from you a lot. She walks around, she thinks she's the queen of everything. Okay, a couple questions here. Kelly, you think that's an awesome idea? Okay, good. Do you have anything else that you could think we could do, Kelly? Your boys have been a huge help. We ruined their pants in the last painting project, so you could save those for next year, maybe. Although they probably outgrow them by then. Melissa, are we going to do anything during the winter? That's a really great question. I'm interested in, your guys' thoughts on that. Personally, I can't do everything every week during the winter or during any other time other than the summer. She's got to check on the kids and plug in the monitor here, so she'll be right back. But throughout the wintertime, what I'd like to do is during men's breakfast or after men's breakfast, how we've been working on habitat houses, I think it'd be really great if we at least did that to finish off the habitat house. And then in the winter, I know Kevin wants to shovel sidewalks and do all those kinds of things, so we can definitely look at doing some stuff like that. She's not cold-hearted. She'll be back. She'll be back. Paint the chains and pull in the park. So Kevin asks, do you think we can get permission for us to paint the chains and the poles in the park? They're getting rusted and really bad. I bet we could totally get permission to do that, Kevin. I didn't even know that was a thing. Are you talking about down by the amphitheater? Like that area where the poles and those chains are? Because I bet if the city would get us matching paint, I bet we could do that project. We could totally do that. Oh, it's cold in the winter. Yeah, so, I think, it's cold in the wintertime. We obviously wouldn't need to cut grass, do any of that kind of stuff, but we could always do more with habitat, or we can do some indoor projects. I actually have a lady in Ford City that's requesting some work. She's in a really bad situation. I'm not sure even how to help her, but she needs garbage cleaned out of her basement. She needs patch in her in her ceiling in her dining room. There's water coming through her roof, and so there's a multitude of work there that we could maybe do through the fall and through the winter time. If we could get the roof patched in the fall and then help her out in the winter time to get her house cleaned up. She has a really sad, kind of heartbreaking story, but we can tell that another time. Or if you guys are interested tonight, I could tell you the story now. But hi, Brad. I just saw your comment. Hi, Bradley Toy. Thank you for joining the live stream tonight. Appreciate that. Matt Smith. The locals refer to Kittanning as K-Town, so you could join the club. Also, State Farm has a motto, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. What's your slogan for the show and K-Town in general? So my slogan for Kittanning, obviously, is Kittanning, greatest city in the world. That's the name of my name of my Facebook page. So we could definitely continue on with that. Even though I know it's not a city, I get told that all the time. It's a borough, blah 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 blah. But just depends on your definition of a city. We're not a city by Pennsylvania's definition, but we have citizens. So in my opinion, we're a city. And if Parker gets to call itself a city, then we're definitely a city. No doubt. If laws regarding cable service change, it would be beneficial for our local tax policy to encourage an ISP to operate here. I have no idea what any of that means, Square One Production, but I appreciate you being here and commenting. If you want to explain that in more detail, I'd be happy to discuss that. I do call Kittanning K-Town every now and again. I don't in my videos, but I guess I could. I think that it's more beneficial for me to use Kittanning because there's a lot of people, when I look at the analytics for the channel, there's people like internationally, like this, it's been watched in like 60 different countries, and it's been watched in all 50 states. And so I think if you're not from Kittanning, I think it's more beneficial for me to say Kittanning so that people understand where we're from and what I'm talking about. And then I think it kind of puts Kittanning on the map a little bit more. So that's why I don't use the term K-Town, but I am interested in slogans, those kinds of things for the channel, and I'm interested in t-shirt ideas. So if you have anything that's like a Kittanning greatest city in the world t-shirt idea, I have one coming up because I'm working on K-Town sounds ghetto. I kind of agree, it sounds a little bit ghetto. So if you look at this shirt that I have on now, it's a Pittsburgh Riverhound shirt, which is the Pittsburgh soccer team. But I was thinking of having, yeah, I agree. We don't have very good internet options. Comcast for me has actually been solid, though, for a business at least. I don't know. Well, actually, at our house, too, Comcast is pretty solid as far as internet service. But anyway, I'm thinking of a t-shirt idea. I have 2 different logos that are coming for the podcast and then one for the co-working space. And so the co-working space is like a bridge logo. It's really, really cool. I'm excited to show you guys. And then I'm working on a podcast logo that'll be like with the courthouse. And so I was thinking of having the bridge and the courthouse and then like a third circle in the middle with just like a heart in it. So it'd be like, I love Kittanning. And it'd be like from the bridge to the courthouse, which is kind of like the 2 ends of Kittanning Borough as far as east and west goes. So I just thought that was an interesting idea for a t-shirt. And then maybe like a Kittanning greatest city in the world, like printed on the inside of the shirt, like underneath. So you could show people that it, was talking about Kittanning. I thought that'd be kind of a cool t-shirt. So I don't know. Would you guys be interested in something like that? Sarah Thomas, does the t-shirt sounds good or like the summer surf stuff? What sounds good? I'm really interested in selling t-shirts, not to make any actual money, but I want to raise money for a drone is what I want. So I think if I could sell like 50 shirts, that would be about $1,000, and I think I could make enough to buy one of the old Mavic drones. I don't know if you saw the new Mavic drones that just came out, but they're really sweet. But they're a little bit probably more than I'm willing to spend, especially as a beginning drone pilot, because if you guys have seen any of my other videos, I have a tendency to break things that I'm using to make videos. So I've broken both of my phones, my regular phone, and I've broken the iPhone that you're watching this video from right now. And then I also almost broke my gimbal, and I've broken multiple tripods. So I just keep...
You just need to stop riding, bikes. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, no riding bikes for me would be probably a positive thing. I haven't ridden a bike since then, if you can believe it or not. If you don't know what we're talking about, there's a bike crash video that happened like maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, so you can go back and you'll see the video. Square One Production. If the laws change, internet access could be a lot cheaper because new competition would come into play. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I think I'm definitely a capitalist, so competition's always good for me. Internet's one of those things where it's pretty difficult to create competition if you don't have, if you have certain companies that own the lines, because then it's more difficult to do something like that. But if they make the lines public owned, that would be amazing. I think that would be awesome. Then we could take those lines and you have something like Google Fi to come in like that, and get gig internet speed for super cheap like they have in Kansas City when Google comes in and takes over. I think that's an awesome thing. So totally would be all for that. Melissa, the bike video was hilarious. You showed everyone at your work. Thank you for showing everyone at your work my most embarrassing moment of the year. That's wonderful. I appreciate it. Elizabeth got a kick out of it too.
I think the sound is what gets me every time. You hear the brake squeal, and then his bottle goes flying, and that's just... Yeah.
You hear the bottle just bouncing for like 10 seconds. It's pretty fantastic.
It is.
And then the camera ended up like at the sky, but like there's just a split second moment where the camera's adjusting from like normal light to the skylight, and the screen just goes white. And so you just think for a moment that I might have died.
I said good thing he was in a cemetery already, because,
You said dig a hole and throw me in. We're good to go. 3D Maker Kid says, I need help starting a makerspace in the Apollo Vandergrift area. Any ideas? I do not have any ideas specifically for that, other than to say that we have thought about doing that in Kittanning also. I had other people that were interested in starting a makerspace, and so I would be totally interested in doing that for the county in general. You look at some of the space that's in the old schools, or now I guess the old high school is the only one now, which is going to Emerald City Gymnastics, but there's definitely there's some empty space in there. And so if you get a couple classrooms to start a makerspace, I actually have some room on the basement of my building that I think would be really cool to have a makerspace. Because really all you need would be, some different things as far as welding equipment, maybe a 3D printer, those kinds of things. So I would say in Apollo Vandergrift, there's empty buildings everywhere. It's just like Kittanning. So find yourself an old church, find yourself an old building downtown, find out who owns it, and see if they'll just donate the space for you until it's going to be used for something else. And then you can go to some local businesses, try to fundraise for some equipment, get some things going. Oh, you have 2 3D printers already? Then great, you're good to go, man. You just need space. I would bet any amount of money that if you go just start knocking on doors or ask an old church and just say, hey, is there some room in here that you don't use at this point? Because a lot of those old churches are dying congregations. They'd probably be more than happy to have you and a group of high school kids in there a couple of times a week to start practicing your craft. I think that'd be amazing. And I'd love to have that in Kittanning also. Any ideas for a Living Water youth group? Yes, Kelly. We are working on a Living Water youth group. It will be in existence within the next month. I can pretty much guarantee you that. We have our leaders identified, at least 3 of our leaders. I believe Kevin's planning on helping. Pastor Luke from the church is going to be one of our leaders, and then Pastor Mark Crosby is going to be one of our leaders too. So we have a great group there. We're actually looking for some female volunteers. So Kelly, if you're interested in being a female volunteer, we would love to have someone to be able to work with teenage girls. Because if we just have 3 guys there and they have teenage girl problems, that doesn't always... Would that have worked for you? No. So we need some women there for them to talk to. So if you are interested in that, you wouldn't have to preach or you wouldn't have to teach or anything like that. We just need people to be there and to love on the kids. So we're just a couple of female leaders away from having a youth group ready to go. So Tyler and Evan, we would be so excited to have you guys there. Can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys and what the future holds for Kittanning. Melissa, you'd be willing. That'd be fantastic, honestly. And then you could bring the kids too, since they're all of age. That would be awesome. I can just picture all of us guys calling 911 for help with the teenage girl problems. Yeah, that would probably happen. What would be really cool too is if Kevin, if your daughter would come, or if your wife was interested in coming, those kinds of things. You guys could make a whole family affair out of it since you have 4 teenage kids there. That would be really amazing, and then we could have a few different ladies there. Would be really cool. You plan on bringing them? That's great. You're in the youth group at New Life Ministries. Where is New Life Ministries, 3D Maker? My family are heathens. They are not. They're coming around slowly. You got to stop getting parking tickets. Just drive up the street northbound. Worthington is referred to as Wotown by locals. Another nickname for you. I have heard Wotown also, so that's pretty cool. I think Wotown sounds a little bit less ghetto than K-Town for some reason. I'm not sure why, but your thoughts? Have you heard of Wotown before?
I have not.
That's new to you, huh?
Yeah.
Luke lives in Wotown, so. Are you doing Summer of Serve next summer? Yes, absolutely. We will definitely be doing Summer of Serve. I don't know if it's going to look the same. I don't know what it's going to morph into, but we're hoping it's going to be bigger and better than it's ever been. But we're definitely going to be doing it, for sure. It's in Saxonburg. Okay. I've never heard of New Life Ministries then. I've heard of the New Life Center in Ford City. I thought that might be what you were talking about, but yeah. The last one to give girl advice. That's great news. So you won't do it or you will do it? I didn't know. I didn't understand your response there. Freeze. Kevin says we can refer to you as A Diddy or A Dog, and that will make K-Town sound better. Please don't. just don't. That would not be good. Pastor A Diddy. Gosh, this just sounds terrible. So many levels. So let's just bury that comment forever and pretend it never happened, Kevin. Did we get to 500 subscribers yet? Let me just check real quick. Subscriber count. If we didn't get to 500 subscribers, we're at 499, you guys.
Oh.
Someone steal someone's phone, go to your neighbor's house, knock on their door real quick, and just go on their phone and hit subscribe. One away from 500. Come on now. Someone do it for me. Someone do it for me. Isn't there anyone in your house that, yes, go and log on as Christian. Yes, subscribe under his phone. Fantastic. We are already at a half hour. I told you this goes fast, does it not? Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. I really enjoy this, though, and I'm glad the wife is here with me tonight. Let's see. Someone tell me when we hit 500. Contact Pastor Carl Johnson from St. John's Lutheran Church and see if you can park for free in the lot next to the post office. Walk to work and no more tickets. Yeah, it's a good idea. The thing is that I just don't want to walk. I don't want to lose the time, and it's injustice to the whole parking system in Kittanning. It should not exist. It's driving away business. And I don't care about the money, honestly. Like I can spend all the money in the world on parking tickets. I really don't care. But it's just so annoying. And then when I'm losing customers over it, then it's just a whole different thing at that point. They're messing with my business, and they're messing with all the other businesses in town, and it's just not right. For the amount of money that they make after they have to pay the meter maid to walk around and give $5 tickets, it's just ridiculous. But I don't know. We got to get rid of that. Christian's already subscribed. Come on now. Does anyone have a spare family member with a different YouTube account that you can go on and subscribe? We need one more subscriber, you guys. Come on. We got to make this thing happen tonight. Melissa, you got like 5 cell phones in your house. Go get one of them. Make this thing happen. Kelly Joe, are you subscribed already to the channel? I'm assuming you are. I'm assuming that's how you got here, but Melissa's checking them. All right, good. Someone's got to get this thing. They'll make me make a fake profile and just subscribe so I can get 500. I really need to get to 1,000, but to get to 1,000, you got to go through 500 first. So you all are okay. All right. Let's see. What other questions do you guys have? Any other ideas for Summer of Serve? We did some things we've done in the past that were kind of cool. We used to do an event at the laundromat where we would collect quarters for the whole summer. And at the end of the summer, as part of our celebration, we'd set up at the laundromat. And then everyone that came to the laundromat that day, we'd pay for all their laundry. That was actually really cool. It was really fun because it's really easy. And you just get to talk to people and you get to bless people in like a random way through the day. And that was really fun. Do an episode where you eat at Miller's Hoagies. Great food. I agree. The buffalo chicken hoagie from Miller's, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's like top notch. So, Kevin, you have a spare account. You already subbed. Did I hit it? Are we at 500? Let me check. Let me just verify. Yes. Yes. 500 subscribers. All right. Oh, Curtis is in the house. We're at 20 viewers. Man, this is craziness. So if you're new here at this very moment, we are doing this every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. My wife will be here hopefully most of the time. I will be here hopefully every time. And so we'll just have different topics of conversation, and then through the coming weeks and months, we'll just go through different topics about Kittanning, and we'll just continue to drive this mission forward. I really want you guys to promote this channel if you can, and it's not like a selfish thing. It's just that I'm the only one that I know of that's making videos about Kittanning, and so just want to really put this out there. Want to try to advance this as far as possible, because I believe that we're seeing the mindset begin to change. There's people that are more positive. There's people that are more hopeful about the future of the city, and it's just because of you guys. It's because you're connecting to this and sharing it and liking the videos, commenting on them, and just spreading the good information around. So I think it's all great stuff. Someone said I'm at 501, so that just cements it. Okay, good. So now nobody unsubscribe. Don't play any jokes on me now. That's really great, though. Man, I'm so happy. That's really great. 500. I honestly never thought that it would really get that many subscribers. I was stuck on 80 or 90 for so long. Did you think it would get this big?
No, I was going to say, hey, I'm going to challenge you guys. Let's see if we can get 2 more people to subscribe, and I'll do like a crazy dance, which isn't me. But I'm glad I didn't say that, because you hit that number, so.
Oh, you guys should have held out, I guess. Elizabeth's crazy.
I'm so awkward as it is. You don't want to see me like.
I want to see it personally.
That's not going to happen.
Hi, this is Zach. I subscribed on 2 channels. All right, thank you. We could just do like a little like dance in your chair kind of thing. That's the best we got.
I'm so awkward.
That's the best we got.
Yeah.
Logan Paul is awesome. Low gang for life. Come on, man. Do you really like Logan Paul? Is that really your thing? I actually preached about Logan Paul in church today. So if you're interested, head on over to the Living Water channel and you can hear my sermon about YouTube influencers. Curtis, I got to go back and read your comment. Hang on. You're turning Kittanning into the next up-and-coming place to be. I love it. God bless everything you do for everyone. Curtis, I love you, man. You're just, you're the best. First off, you're the best renter that I could ever even imagine having. So you and your future wife are fantastic. I just really enjoy having you guys, and I just can't wait for your YouTube channel someday, and we can just tackle this YouTube thing together. I'll be your first collab as soon as you start up. I know you said you were going to do crazy videos, though, so I don't know how over the top I can go, but I can always send Elizabeth if it's too crazy of an idea for me, and she'll handle it for sure. Kevin Myers, the Pauls are an infection on the minds of children. That's probably fairly accurate. They're crazy entertaining, Jake and Logan Paul. I'm just not sure that I'm completely sold on their mission. When I watch their videos, they seem to be like one person, but then like you go and watch an interview that's like a behind the scenes, and they're like dropping the F-bomb and doing all kinds of stuff, and it's just, I don't know. I just don't think it's a great thing for kids to be connecting to. But Zach says Jake Paulers for life. Their mission is to make money for sure, and they're making a lot of it, so mission accomplished, I guess. But I don't know what the end is. I don't know what the end goal is for them. I don't think it's super great. Matt says, make the co-working space a small talk show studio with special guests from the area. Include your edited segments between guests. Have a special local bands as well. Getting later with Lattisaw. I love that. So in the co-working space, I actually do have a podcasting studio. I actually just a couple of videos ago, we had that finished off, and so the podcast is actually going to be starting off. It's just going to be called the Kittanning Podcast. That's going to be starting not this coming week, but the week after. The very first guest is going to be the mayor of the city, Scott Klein, and then I have like 10 other guests already lined up, and so we're going to have really, really good podcast episodes. I'm super excited about that. And then if you guys want to just make sure you're connected on the Facebook page, the Kittanning Greatest City in the World Facebook page, every time I have a guest, I'm going to put on a couple days before, I'm going to open it up for questions from you guys. So if you have questions for the mayor, or you have questions for a city council person or a local business owner, you can ask all your questions on there, and then I'll ask them the questions during the podcast. I think it's going to be really great. So Just want to break down kind of those barriers of communication between local business and then the community, and the same thing with local government and the community, because I think there's a lot of misinformation that gets spread around, and I think if we can just spread truthful information, that would just be really, really great. Curtis says, did you watch the KSI versus Logan Paul and Deji versus Jake Paul boxing match from yesterday? I actually did. I went online last night and I watched the highlights, so I didn't watch the full match, but thought it was really interesting. I really thought Jake and Logan Paul were going to take those fights a lot easier than they did. Evidently, I don't think they took their training all that seriously, but Jake Paul came into it really cocky, and so did Logan, and I think I'm kind of excited to see the rematch, actually. I want to see Logan take it a little more seriously, because I think he could knock him out if he was a little bit more aggressive in his style and not so, like, flashy. Like, he kept putting his hands down, and I don't like that in boxing match. Like, just fight. Just get it over with. So, but it was interesting to watch. Yeah, I just like getting see people get beat up. I don't know. I guess God hasn't saved me from that yet, but I still like watching UFC fights and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, kids enjoyed the sermon today. Yeah, so head on over to Living Water page. Listen to the sermon from today. We had a special service just for the kids going back to school. I think it's really important for us to be praying for all the kids in the community, because the schools are a place that Summer Serve will just probably never be able to go into the schools and present, do those kinds of things. I get an access into the schools through State Farm. I get to go in and teach driver's ed, so I get to meet all the kids in school every couple years. But I think if we can pray for all the kids in the schools, just praying that they could be the transformation that the schools need, I think that would just be a really great thing. So just keep that. If you guys keep a prayer journal, a prayer list, just write down, kids in the Kittanning or Armstrong School District, or even just kids in Armstrong County, because we have kids that at our church that come from all over the county, and so I just think we need to be praying for those kids, because they're the future. And if you've been watching the recent Summer of Serve videos, they do an amazing job. They just need to get pointed in the right direction. They're passionate. They want to serve. They want to change the community for the better. They want to do those things. We just need to be pointing them in that direction. So we need to do that through our prayer and through our example. So continue to do that, you guys. It's super, super important. Besides our festival, do a segment on the Dayton Fair and Worthington Carnival and Ford City's Summerfest, aka Heritage Days. Yeah, I'd love to do that next year. I kind of missed the boat on all of those things this year. Mostly, it's difficult with such little kids, but as my kids get older, all of those things are going to open up. So I'd love to do that. I'd love to do, and maybe I still will do this year, the pumpkin patch. What's the farm called that does the Renshaw Farm? We always go to Renshaw Farm and pick pumpkins and go out there, and I'd love to do a video out there with Jason Renshaw. He's one of our county commissioners too. Maybe I'd get him on the podcast. Would be really awesome. Curtis says, I'm excited for your future podcast. I think the one question everyone wants you to ask is, why are there parking meters? I plan to ask the parking meter question maybe to every single podcast participant. I think that's an important question to ask, and I just want to harp on that until they take the meters out. I think if we're all loud enough and we keep telling enough people, complaining loudly enough, maybe we can get something done on that front. So totally agree with you, Curtis. That will be a question I will ask the mayor, for sure. Kids are the future, but if you do not lead them in the right way, they will misshape the world. Totally accurate, 3D Maker Kid. 100%. You are absolutely correct. Tanner, I missed you earlier. Hi, Tanner, if you're still watching. Thanks for joining tonight. Kevin says it takes a village to raise kids. We forget that, and we let kids fall into bad situations. If we see kids smoking or acting up, we need to inform their parents. I totally agree. And we need to inform the kids, get them out doing something positive. If you got to redirect that energy, they have so much energy and so much passion that they're gonna find it somewhere. And so if it's gonna be through Jake and Logan Paul, then that's where they're gonna go. But if we can direct them to things of God or to serving the community, then they're gonna go in that direction. We just need to point them, and they'll run. Kelly, you know all about it. Your kids are an awesome example. You get those kids pointing in the right direction, they work their butts off, man. They were just going and going and going. And we stopped. We were all stopping for lunch, and there's Evan. He goes out and grabs the leaf blower, and he's in the back running the weed whacker and the leaf blower. He's a beast. 12-year-old kid, and he just won't stop. He just wanted to serve. He was just there to work. So I just think it's really cool. Really awesome stuff. You should be proud, Kelly. You should be proud. They did awesome things. I was hoping to see them at church today, so if you get a chance, put them on the Living Water page and have them listen to the sermon from today. I really would like to pray for them for the upcoming year. I know that I know they already started school with Lenape, but I'd love to get them for some prayer time, and we anointed all the kids just to send them into the schools to be a light. I think it was really good stuff. Matt says you can do an episode on local sports teams, the Belmont Complex, the new high school, new ball fields. Yeah, totally agree. I would love to do all that stuff. Would love to see the space turned into a skate park. It would give the teenagers, kids around here something to do and keep their minds active. Yes, Curtis. I've had that so many times. I was always kind of skeptical on a skate park. Would it really get used? But the more that I'm talking to people, I really think that it would. I think people would really use it. And my guess is that it would be so unique to the county. I bet you would draw people from Worthington, from Ford City, from New Bethlehem, from Rural Valley. They would all be coming to use the skate park. I really think we would use a lot of that. So I was actually watching a video the other day. If someone would be interested in taking it on, I really don't have time to do it, but Tony Hawk, actually, they have a grant program for skate parks. So if you can get land donated, they will actually give you a grant, and you can build a skate park for nothing. Or there might be matching funds or something like that. So if someone would research that, the Tony Hawk skate park grant, someone should definitely research that and get back to me if I can be of any help to you with that, or if like DKI or any of the organizations that I'm involved in, if we could help with it. I think that would be amazing. Two spots that I think you could use would be the middle school, and then if you go into the St. Mary's Park, or what's that park actually called? I always forget the real name.
I don't know.
You don't remember? Totally escaping me right now. But the park by St. Mary's, if you go to that park, there's that big old ball field there that's completely empty. That'd be an awesome spot for a skate park too. But the junior high would be ideal because you already have the walls already there. You could put half pipes on there. You could do all that stuff without much trouble at all. Tyler with the vlogs in the house. Tyler, good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it tonight. There's so many people like me around here that have traveled towards Pittsburgh and farther just to go to a nice skate park. Yeah, totally agree. And I think, you look at local restaurants, all those kinds of things. If you just put a sign up there or a kiosk, like we're planning to do on the trail, that had just pointing you to all the local businesses like Sheets and Downtown Bar and Grill and Dizzy Lizzie's, all those restaurants, put them all on there. You'd have people coming from the entire local area coming to that skate park. Then you advertise the restaurants, advertise the local businesses, and they would be down there. Wayland Park, yes. Thank you, Matt. I couldn't remember it, but Wayland Park, yes. That's the other spot. Get a 3D printer, changed my life. I don't know if it really changed my life because I have no idea how to use it, but I would totally be interested in doing a video with you, 3D Maker Kid. I want to see that thing. I want to see it in action. Could we make is there any way you could make like a bobblehead of me for Kittanning, greatest city in the world? That would be really great. I always wanted my own bobblehead. Could you make that happen? He would print a 3D Bible. Okay. Yeah, 3D Bible would be cool too. You could do a bobblehead? Really? That would be amazing. Let's make it happen, man. Good quality video. Curtis, would you buy one? My merch store. Oh, man. Okay, let's do it, man. That'd be the coolest video ever. I would totally pay you to do that. I would put my own bobblehead on my desk. That'd be great. I wouldn't make you buy one, Curtis. I'll donate one to you, as long as you'll show all of your friends. All right, guys. It's been 50 minutes already. That's insane. So I think we have to... I think we're going to have to sign off. We're going to spend some time together, and we always get to have our deep conversations when we finally get one-on-one time, so that's always good. Thoughts on Emerald City getting the high school? Yeah, maybe that'll be the topic next week. That's a little bit of a sore spot. I think we would have done more. I think we could do more good with it than they will. But that being said, I'm so excited for them. I think it's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for their business. I've heard some of their plans. They have some really good plans, and I do think they have a heart for the community. I really think they want to do a lot of good. Obviously, I wanted us to get it, but we were planning on them getting it the whole time. when we submitted bids, we actually submitted our bid just as a backup bid. We're kind of planning not actually to get the bill, not actually be the high bid. When we ended up being the high bid, I was kind of shocked by it, and I wasn't, I don't know, I didn't really feel right about it the whole time. So in a way, I'm kind of glad it went back to Emerald City. I'm excited for them. I'm cheering for them, and we're going to be ready to help them in any way that they need help, because I want to see that project succeed. I want to see that building thrive, and I think it'll be amazing for Wick City for them to be down there. So that's kind of my initial thoughts on it. We can go deeper on that next week, and maybe I'll get to talk to them in the next couple weeks, and we can go from there. Buttermilk Falls. We've done 2 videos of Buttermilk Falls. You can go check last year's Summer of Serve videos on the Living Water page to see one video of Buttermilk Falls. It's a good one. But I would definitely like to go back there. We go back there every now and again, but as the kids get older and like to hike, we'll go back there more, for sure. Do a trout fishing episode. I'm not much of a fisherman, but I would totally be willing to go with you. So just let me know. Enjoy your vacation. Thank you, Kelly. So appreciate you guys. We're going to go ahead and sign off, you guys. If you have any other questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments after the fact. We'll save those questions for next week, and be happy to answer them anytime. I'm an open book. We're both kind of an open book. We don't really have a whole lot to hide, and we're not all that interesting, but super excited to have you guys connected to this. So excited for 500 subscribers, you guys. That's all. A Diddy and Sista E. Wow. Wow. This will be the running joke, Kevin. You have to comment that every time now. You got to keep it alive. It's going to be on you. Anyways, God bless you guys. So appreciate you watching tonight, connecting with us. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right. We love you guys so much, and we will see you real soon. Curtis, we're going to make the shirts. We're going to make that happen. If you didn't see earlier, I kind of pitched my initial shirt design, but maybe I'll get that mocked up, and then I'll show you guys, and you can give me some pointers on it, some tips. Oh, Laura's in the house. Welcome, Laura. Good to see you. You're catching the end of this, so Laura, you have to come back and watch it later. This normally takes a little bit to process, but it'll be up here live. Well, it won't be live, but it'll be up here as that you can watch it later and see the whole thing if you missed a part of it. So great to see you guys. We're gonna head out. Good night. God bless you, and we will see you in the next one. 500 subscribers. How do I stop this thing? Someone tell me how to stop it. Oh boy, phone's not working. Here we go. Here we go. All right, see you guys for real.